Hi guys, how you going? So this video I'm going to show you how I make a Machinima in GTA 5. It's going to show you how to film it in-game and then edit it on the Rockstar Editor, and then importantly how to get it off your Rockstar game into your PC on a third-party editing program, and after that you can upload it to YouTube. The way I actually think about it is in 3 stages. First is the acting, the second is the filming, and third is the editing. So the first section, which we're seeing now, you'll see me running around and I'll be setting up the scene with some mods and setting up my characters, and then you'll see me start to act them out. So I'll have my characters here and they'll be talking and moving around and having conversations, and I'll be recording while I'm doing this. So I'm recording and I'm moving and I'm using a mod so I can get their mouths to move, and I can place cars and do all these. I've got about 7 different mods to do all this. But the same rules apply even if you're using no mods. So you act out your scene while recording, and you press F1 to record. Alright, so you can see there I'm actually moving the mouse around so that my character is looking in the direction where I'm looking. And so I can use that to make my character look at the car and then nod while talking, and I can give a little bit of personality to it. And hopefully you'll see the results of that when it comes to the filming stage and then the editing stage as well. Alright, so that completes the acting stage, in which I go about acting while recording. Now it comes down to the filming stage. This is where we go back over that same footage that we've just acted in, and we're going to go and place the cameras. So the first thing we're going to do is create a new project. So now that we've created a project, we just start adding clips. Now I have about 15 or 16 in the scenes that I just acted out before. So essentially this scene is going to be roughly around the selling of this car by some mafia guys. So I'm just going to look around and try and find a good way to start this, a good angle that I want to find, and I ended up deciding I want to start right here. And the reason why I do this is because this is the first shot that the audience is going to see, and so they're not going to see the car and everything else, they're just going to see these 2 people, and so it's about limiting the information, or delivering the information when you want to. So he's going to say something there, and I'm going to get a voice actor to do that. And so now we're just going to use the Rockstar Editor. This is not going to be an in-depth how to use the Rockstar Editor. I think you can figure it out yourself once you get into it, and it's worth playing around with. So that just gives you an idea how to do a simple fade. So I'm happy with that. So I'll place another marker and then change the camera angle. So now in this second shot I'm looking to reveal who he's walking to, and not necessarily have the orange car too much in focus yet. So this is what it's about. It's about playing around with the angles. And so now after some time I've placed a bunch of different shots, and so let's have a little look and see what I've done. So an establishing shot to see him walking away. Now we see who he's talking to, we get a feel of the environment, and now he's going to be talking about the car. And so remember the bit before where I had him looking at the car, and then he's going to look back up and then nod. So when you can see that the acting, so this is what it looked like when I was acting the first time. So there was no accident that I'm doing that kind of stuff. That's a nod there. And that's how you can give a little bit of personality to some of the characters. Alright, so now this is a little trick I do. Once I've done all my editing, I've edited all 15 or so bits, I go in and I get one bit of footage at the very front, and I'm going to edit it down to about 5 seconds, 0.15, and I'm just going to make it black screen. And I'll show you why I do that when it gets to the editing stage. So we've done the acting, which is where we play the game and record what we do, and then now we're just finishing up the filming, which is where we place the cameras and get the cinematic feel. Alright, so we've finished the filming section, and now we are up to the editing section. So now we go on to our C drive and we're just going to search for the file name. I'm sure there's some better way of doing this, but this is the only way I've figured out how to do it. So once you find it, and then you want to basically create another section on your computer where you want to have all your videos. So now you're just going to remove it from the rendered section and you're going to move it into your own folder. This way you've just moved it from the GTA folder into your own folder so that you can then edit it how you like. So now we've opened up our third-party editing software. My one is Movie Studio Platinum 13, which I got on Steam. So now I place in the video which we've just exported. Now we can see here at the start, these first 5.5 seconds, that little top left, you're going to see those, the name of the program come up. So I have that there so it doesn't ruin my first shot. The number of times you'll have your first shot coming up and you'll see that in the top left of the screen and it just says something like video 1, it just looks a little bit lame. Alright, so here we are, I'm editing the video that we've just seen. You've just seen some of this part now, so now we're editing the whole thing. And now you'll see me doing a little bit of techniques on the actual editing of the video itself. And then, so we're just about done now. It took a couple hours to edit it, and then it took a couple of days to get people to respond back and do voices. And now the video is itself ready to go, so just click here on the screen and that'll take you to the video itself, and you can see how a very short scene, which had no initial plan other than I wanted to have a car deal with some other things, and but it developed beyond my expectations, and the last things I ever did on it was the dialogue. So it all came very naturally, and this is how I like to make Machinima. Alright guys, catch you later. Oh, okay, Neo, you want more, huh? Right, well, this is how I do the voices. First I add subtitles. This is how I first started doing my videos, and I did them for a long time like this. And then now this is going to be my first video where I start adding multiple voices, and this is going to be the way I hopefully do it in future. By the way, I have 2 movies I'm editing at the moment, so subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and expect to see some pretty cool Machinima movies coming out soon. Alright guys, have fun and enjoy yourselves. That's kind of redundant, have fun and enjoy yourself, but you know, fuck it.